This is one I wasn't expecting to make tonight. Fulltone pedals. You may know them for their OCD overdrive, their 69 fuzz, or the rest of their wide range of mediocre guitar effects. What you may also know them for, however, is their founder Mike Fuller, and his even wider range of really bad and disgusting takes on the internet. And we'll dive right into it. Take, for example, his reaction to the nationwide Black Lives Matter protests across the US in 2020, posted to the Fulltone Twitter page. What is this, like night 4 of looting with 100% impunity? The pussy mayor and governor don't give a shit about small businesses, and it's never been more clear. When this nonsense hit the public, people immediately started calling to boycott Fulltone and get rid of their pedals. And Mike's retaliation was something. I am begging you to sell your pedals because you actually don't deserve them. You are actually so racist that you believe the good people who are protesting are the same as organized gangbanger criminals who are looting storefronts. Those storefronts are good hardworking people's lives and livelihoods. In fact, if I see you with a Fulltone pedal, I will tag it and break into your house and loot it from you because it's my free expression to do so, right? The admin of a pretty large Fulltone owners Facebook group also did not take kindly to this, essentially turning a group once dedicated to mutual love of the brand against the brand's founder. Shortly after this had all begun to backfire on him, Mike deleted the post, of which there already existed plenty of screenshots such as this one, and we received a really half-assed apology. And you would think this backlash may have motivated old Mikey here to hold a slightly tighter grip on his tongue when it comes to shit takes on prevalent societal issues, but of course not. Now, my channel is not for political commentary. I make my position clear here and there by taking the occasional little jab, but that's usually where it ends. But screw it. Mike's take here is misguided, and even if you did agree with him, you should also agree that this is no way to run a business. I'm not saying businesses should remain completely apolitical for the sake of not alienating any potential customers. Whether or not you want to do that is your thing as the business owner. But aggressively backpedaling as soon as you realize it's hurting your bottom line, and expecting everything to go back to normal afterwards, well, that's just not how the internet works. The apology only came after he'd already sunk his own ship, and this was really only the straw that broke the camel's back to a lot of people as well. Mike has a rich history of being an asshole to customers, dealers, and everybody in between, even long before 2020. Customer service, to a lot of people, is what makes and breaks a company, and Fulltone never did shine in that department. From berating long-time customers when they submit a standard repair request for an overdrive, to genuinely stealing gear from customers that was sent in for repair and replying with "sue me." Yes, allegedly that actually happened. This guy in 2011 had to send his $200 wah pedal in 3 times for repair, and after getting the price quote for the third repair, which was $40, he asked them not to do it and to just send the pedal back. And Mike said, "No, you either pay and let us repair it, or we're keeping it. Sue me." Yes, the audacity to not want to spend a total of $120 fixing a $200 pedal. Or straight up insulting the stores that stock his product. Here's a forum post by a tech employed at Guitar Center posted in 2015. This man contacted Fulltone directly when a customer came in with an OCD overdrive that was draining the 9-volt battery while switched off. Here is Mike's response, and again I'm leaving out certain unimportant bits, but they are shown on screen, so read along if you want to. So it's draining the battery when off? Glad to know it's working properly. All pedals still drain the battery when off if there's a guitar cable plugged into the input, unless there's a power supply plugged into the DC power port. You've shot your troubleshooting credibility by that battery statement, so what you'll have to do before I entertain your repair is unplug the effect from all that other crap, no tuners, no power supplies, power with a fresh battery, 2 different cables, now video it being broken, and email that to me. Then I'll talk about a repair process. Wow, thanks for the email, I think. The pedal drains the battery even when not plugged in. It's okay, I'll tell the customer he'd be better off buying an exotic or a Keeley. And I can send 1 email and end your fucking career, you want that? Jesus, man. Is this guy alright? And these are things that happened a decade ago. I wasn't even playing guitar yet when this shit went down, but it's not like he stopped. Not even in the slightest. In fact, the whole reason I'm here making this video today is not to recycle old stories entirely, but it's because after shutting Fulltone down in 2022, and it being revived earlier this year just in time for NAMM in January with the help of Jackson Audio, Mike still couldn't hold his tongue. After having to lay off all his employees and shut the doors on his site in California, he was fortunate enough that anybody was still willing to touch his company with a 10-foot pole. Most people should be so lucky, and he still cannot shut the f*** up. So before I get to today's news that sparked this video, let's look at Eastside Music Supply, a Tennessee-based guitar store. This lad, by the name of Blair, posted a video on Instagram today in reaction to recent events, going over a situation he had with Mike Fuller around 5 years ago. He'd listed a used OCD drive on the store website with the product description reading as follows.
It's an OCD. It sounds pretty good. You can buy this one used so you don't have to give any more new money to Fulltone. Mike Fuller is a big f***ing douche canoe. Scoop a hot deal on this overrated dirt box.
Perhaps not the most professional listing I've ever seen, but there is a genuine market for second-hand Fulltone gear because most people don't want to support Mike anymore. And shortly thereafter, Blair received an email from the big dog himself.
Mike Fuller is a big f***ing douche canoe. Scoop a hot deal on this overrated dirt box. I tell you what, let's see if your jaw remains unbroken when I stop by your shop, neighbor. See how brave you are then, cunt. Michael Fuller, Fulltone Studio.
Now, I know nobody asked me, but if you were to ask me, I would say that that's a bit unhinged. It was to be expected Mike's reaction upon reading that product description would not be one of great jubilance, but there is such a thing as too far. But quite frankly, I think he probably crossed that line a week into running Fulltone. So fast forward to present day where Jackson Audio is now in charge of manufacturing, marketing, and distribution of Fulltone gear. Personally, I wasn't aware of Jackson Audio before this. They don't seem to manufacture or distribute anything that has any specific reason to be on my radar, but this story really brought them to my attention, because just this week, using the official Fulltone Musical Products Instagram account, Mike went onto Democrat Michigan State Senator Mallory McMorrow's Instagram page and commented this. Place a large plastic bag over your head, cinched tight around your neck, and count to 2025. Must I say something, or does this speak for itself? In typical fashion, this comment is also no longer available, but screenshots aplenty have been spread across social media for the past few days. And rightfully so, this is asinine. Tanking his company when he alone was in charge was one thing, even though that still ended up costing people their jobs. But doing your best to tank it again now that your behavior reflects upon a third party that somehow probably trusted you to keep your mouth shut now that they are in charge, I have nothing to say. You cannot write this stuff. I could not have made this up because I would have thought it to be unrealistic for one single person to be quite this cretinous. All in all, if I was put in charge of titling Mike Fuller's biography, I would call it a masterclass in tanking your own business. Twice. Except it's not even really yours the second time, and you're ruining somebody else's reputation alongside your own. Lengthy title, but I think it'd sell. So, in all seriousness, don't give Fulltone your money. I could only hope Fuller faces the consequences of his repeated online tirades and Jackson Audio doesn't just let him off with a warning, but either way, there are better overdrive and fuzz pedals out there attached to much better people. And two final things. A, Mike, I know you're watching this. You are too self-absorbed not to be watching this. Just be normal. Please, how hard is it? The rest of us do it. I swear it's possible. When a customer submits a complaint because their pedal doesn't work, you don't say, go f*** yourself, you stupid useless cunt. You say, how may I help you? Jesus. And B, if you, the viewer, are looking to get rid of your Fulltone gear right now, Eastside Music Supply have set up a website, link on screen and in the description, where the proceeds from selling used Fulltone pedals will be put towards the Tennessee Suicide Prevention Network to actively counteract the number of times Mike has told people to off themselves, using his own pedals. Good night.